Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
team.
you.
Thanks
Cheers,
for
guys.
laying it out on the court again every day. Francis, welcome to F.A.C.E. I'm really looking forward to being able to talk to you. How are you?
Hi. Very good, yourself.
All right. So, Francis, I don't know if you want to share your screen. If you do, there's a green button at the bottom.
Yeah,
If you
I
just
know.
move. Okay. So, I first saw you when stockcharts.com was not famous. It was kind of a, fairly new website, and, they had rankings of people. Still waiting to see your screen. It's that green box at the bottom. Here we go. And, I saw, what the things that you were talking about. So I have to ask you, what came first, Francis, for you? The planets or the markets?
Well, I got into the markets in year 2000 at the top. Everybody convinced me to jump in. And I jumped in.
Are you
and
still friends with them?
Yeah, I am. Actually,
Oh,
I
that's
am.
great. Okay. I was just checking.
I am. I jumped in, I bought Microsoft,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a
It
programmer.
was a safe stock.
I'm a programmer. Yeah, but except
Yeah.
I lost 15% in 1 month.
Yeah.
So
I know.
So I realized, then I learned about bear markets really quick, and made $50,000 the next month.
Okay.
So then everybody was talking that it was gonna be a repeat of 1929, and that we were gonna go down 90%, and it got caught up into that thing, and basically lost all my profits I made on the way down. I lost on all the way back up, and then made a whole bunch of it back in 2008.
Yeah.
And then by that time I got actually quite good. I actually nailed the March 6th, 2009 bottom to the day.
That was an important one. And that was, so were you using the planets after Microsoft, where you started looking at things a lot of people?
I learned everything I could about the markets, and I read some old books, and
like
they
what?
They talk. I forget what the title was, but it was it gave they talked about GAN, and it talked about astrology, and it talked about, and then I realized that then I got into like university studies, which let me see. God, it's how do I move the top bar?
For what, to a new share?
No, it's the top bar is in top of. Okay, I'm gonna make this smaller. I'm gonna make my screen smaller.
Okay. And then can't lift it, huh?
So
I can't do anything with it because you're in control of the TV. Okay,
that's right.
There. I'm not sure what that box is there, but
okay. So for example, I found out that this was university studies that showed that basically the moon affects returns quite a lot. Okay. And so that I started to study about the moon, and then the same thing happens with the seasonal cycle, where all the gains are between November to May, and the rest of the year is basically flat. And that's a sun cycle. Okay.
Okay.
And now people.
I didn't know that. So sell in May and go away is a sun cycle.
It's a sun cycle because basically. We all know how the sun affects us. When it's nice and warm in the summer, everybody feels good, and they sort of relax, and they're not into work mode.
Not in the desert.
It's of course it's different in the planet, in different places. Okay. There's also the location has to do with astrology, but the thing is that there is a moon cycle, there is a sun cycle. And then I got into some more stuff, like into longer cycles. But so I realized if the moon affects us and the sun affects us, everybody knows that when it's sunny, everybody's happy. When it's rainy, nobody is,
Yeah,
basically.
people get depressed.
That's right.
In
That's
Seattle.
right. So
yeah.
So that's why the fall is where most market declines are, because it's not called the fall for nothing. It's the fall of deletion. It's the fall of depression. It's the fall of mentality. Okay.
Different meanings. Yeah.
There's different meanings. So you can see that this is what happened. Now, then when I got into more, then I started to look at all the planets to find out which ones had the most effect. And that's when I came upon Venus, because I noticed the October 10th low in 2002 was the exact day that Venus turned retrograde. Okay. So I said, I took note of it. And then on March 6th, as we were dropping in 2008, I knew that March 6th was going to be a Venus retrograde period. Okay.
Yeah. So you're preparing for it because the layout
well,
months ahead of time.
I was suspecting that it could be a low because of the previous one was a match to the day. And sure enough, on March 6, 2009, it was an exact match to the day. And I called it. I remember I was on a chat board at the time, and I said, this low on March 6, 2009 will be like the low on October 10th, which sent us back to test the highs again in 2007.
Right.
In 2007, we tested the highs of 2000.
Right.
Okay, so I expected to go and test the highs of 2007, right. and I stayed long all the way through there. Okay, then I went short here, and I was wrong. I was totally wrong. And then we got into the thing. Then I realized what had happened. Okay, because I got into some more. Let me find the chart here.
So before you go to another chart, I see you have a low coming in July of 2020, of
July
23.
July 22nd, 2023 is very high likely to be the low of this bear market.
Okay. All right. So, it's interesting what cycle it is, because I know someone who follows an epic cycle that has, some type of low there. And do you know Chris Carolyn?
Yes,
Spiral
Chris
calendar.
Carolyn very well. I know.
Okay. Well, Chris is looking for something around there too. He was on a few weeks ago before the solar eclipse. So, interesting that, and you probably all you guys came up with it using different methods, and you're all pointing towards the same time zone. So
that's right.
I know I'll be paying attention to that period if I can remember it.
Look in 2000, the Venus turned retrograde in July 29, 1999, which was not the high, but it was a high. And it turned retrograde on March 8, 2001, which was like 4 days from a major low. Okay.
Yeah.
And then in 2007, it was September 8th, which was 1 month before the October 11th high. But look at how this year, Venus retrograde was on December 19th, 2021, which was like really 2 weeks. On a monthly chart, it's exact. Okay.
Yeah.
So
you think down from here, would you eliminate there is a minority out there that thinks that this still, in Elliott terms, could be a 4, this pullback, and we could have one more high.
I'll show you why that is impossible. I'll show you why that is impossible.
Okay. I never knew anything was impossible.
Because, well, I'll show you some evidence.
Not probable, I'll go with, but impossible to
Highly
me.
improbable.
All right.
Highly improbable. Because, as you know, in the markets, nothing's impossible.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
That is true. Now, the fact is that because it was so exact on December 19th, it raises my confidence a lot that July 22nd, 2023 will be the low. Okay.
Yeah.
Of this first leg of this big market. Okay. This first bear market is one of the many bear markets. I'll get to the next chart and explain to you why. Now, here's the 1929 thing. In 2000, people thought this was going to be 1929.
Right.
Okay. But it was not.
Yeah.
It was not.
Yeah.
Look at the bubble here in the tech bubble high.
Yeah.
Now this, we don't have data. I don't have up and down NASDAQ, up and down volume for going back to 1929 because there wasn't
no NASDAQ. No NASDAQ.
That's right. It wasn't counted back then. So I cannot compare. But I do know that the tech bubble high here, the high of this indicator was on February 16, 2021, which was the exact day that the ARK Innovation ETF made its all-time high.
Interesting. God, she's everywhere.
So it signaled right there that the run was over. The bubble had peaked. It took a full year before the actual price peaked.
And before the Fed popped the bubble.
No, it would have popped anyway. The Fed is powerless.
Okay, I can agree with that. Bond vigilantes pop the bubble.
It just happens, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now here's the normally the bubble, I knew it was broken when it hit this date here. Let me see. The exact date was on 13th of January 2022.
Okay.
I called the bear market on January 22.
That's when the averages started. That's when the averages started reflecting what was happening in the broader market.
That's right. But once it got back into normal market behavior, I knew the bubble was over.
Yeah.
And it was guaranteed. So I called the bear market in January 13, 2022. I was one of the earliest ones to call it. Okay.
Okay.
And then that's only part of the stories because I have another clue that let me just find it.
The dollar or gold or
no, I'll get back to the dollar later. I just want to show you. Okay, no, it's on another list. Is it here? No, it's not here. Let me find it. Where is that damn chart? Okay. Some charts have the timing is too long.
As a trader, you learn to be patient, especially for insights from other people, as well as you being compelled to do something. So,
bubble. There you go. Here's another thing that I found out, actually from the 1930s. One guy was plotting sunspot cycles with the manufacturing activity in the United States.
Wheeler
and found a correlation.
Was that Richard Wheeler?
I don't remember his name.
Yeah. Okay.
But then I started to look at bubbles that I passed. Okay, the first the first bubble that I doubt everybody remembers, the January 1980 bubble high in gold. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And the solar low was 1976. 41 months later was the bubble.
Yeah.
Okay. Gold pulled back 82%.
Right.
Okay. Then the Nikkei bubble came in December 1989, which was 34 months after the solar low of 1987. And the Nikkei also pulled 82%. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Now there was another bubble in 2011, which was, it's actually oil. Okay.
Okay.
Or gold, oil and gold. Okay. Was in 2011. Okay. It's obviously not gold because it has not pulled back 82%. It's actually near the highs right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was
the bubble hasn't happened in gold yet then.
No,
The
there's
next
another
bubble.
There's another bubble coming in gold. Okay.
That's what I thought.
So
okay.
the oil bubble was in 2011. The oil
went to 140.
The oil bubble went to 147. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And oil pulled back actually more than 82%. It went down to $6.
Yeah.
So it went down like 92%. Okay.
Right.
So that was 26 months after the solar low of 2009. Now we have the solar low in 2019. And we have a bubble here. Okay. Now, my guess is the bubble is the NASDAQ or the SPX. Okay.
Yes.
And it's 12 months after the solar low. So they keep getting shorter. It was 41 months, 34 months, 27 months, 26 months, and 12 months. You can see that there's
compression of time. Why?
There's a compression of time. Okay. And you can also see with the red line with the bonds.
Yeah.
Now bonds broke this.
They broke everything.
30-year trend line. I mean, this is serious.
It is.
This is because now you will have deflation. Now, I know everybody's talking about inflation. Inflation is heading up right now, but that's only the last gasp before you get the deflation that will come, the 1929 type deflation. Okay. As bonds and stocks come down, money will be destroyed. Okay. Right. Assets will be destroyed and the demand will be destroyed and the economy will go into a global depression. And the target for the SPX 82% drop is 850.
Okay. Yeah.
Now 850 will not happen by 2023. I can guarantee you that. Okay. So there will be a multiple bear markets into the next decades to take us down to this level. Okay.
Okay.
Now let me find another chart here.
Really interesting stuff, Francis, really.
Well, this is long-term stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get into the shorter term stuff.
Okay. But we have about 10 minutes.
Okay. So let's just
I'm not trying to rush you. I'm just giving you an idea.
Yeah.
So where do you hide? In cash? And what kind of cash? Is it the dollar?
Yes, in commodities currencies. That's where
commodity currency, Aussie and Canadian.
That's right. Mostly Canadian because Aussie is weaker than it should be.
Okay. Not the euro.
No, not the euro, but as the war in Ukraine winds down, which it will eventually, here's the chart.
Okay.
No, that's not it.
You don't grant many interviews, do you?
No, I don't. It's my first one. Okay, here's the chart from looking back because I went back just talking about planets, I went back to 1637 tulip bubble and found that there's a relationship between bubbles and Uranus. Okay.
All right,
and
we're still
Uranus,
seeing the S&P chart here.
Yeah, that's the S&P chart.
Okay.
Now you can see the 1720s, you had a rise of 40 times. Okay.
Yeah.
And it took 70 years to get out of that slump once it crashed.
Yeah.
In 1836, you had eight times, and it took 52 years to get out of, to make a new high. Okay. In 1929, it went up 40 times, which was it's like 1720. Okay. And it took 25 years to make a new high. Now we've gone like, the Dow has gone like 60, 80 times. Okay.
Right.
So this bubble dwarfs all bubbles since the last 300 years. Okay. And all of them have peaked. The average is 97 years. Okay. But most of them is like 93 years. That's why I predicted that 1929 to 2022 is 93 years, just like 1836 to 1929 was 93 years. It's another fact that we are in a serious bubble, and we're looking at a 1929 global depression. Now, because the last one was sharp, you can see that the 1720 was sharp. In the Elliott wave, there's that rule of alternation. It's sharp followed by complex. You have a sharp drop, a complex drop, ABC. Sharp drop. Here now, we're not going to get a sharp drop. We're going to get an A, B, C, D, E, or whatever you, okay? So it's going to be a complex correction. We're not going to just going to go down.
It's not going to be it's not going to be a heart attack. It's going to be cancer.
Exactly.
You like that metaphor?
Over multi-decade, because the global
with
economy,
chemo and radiation and surgery and
that's
everything.
right. That's right.
Okay.
And now we get into what's my plan for the coming years.
Are you going to move your residence to be in this world? It's going to be tough out there, not just financially.
Well,
right?
I live in Canada, so
oh, okay. You're already
I'm already in the right place. But
right. Do you rent rooms for other technicians?
No, there will be good times. It's just right now we're heading for 2023, 2024, probably a double bottom, 2023 and 2024. Yeah. And I'll show you why. Where is it? No.
Where will Bitcoin be in the midst of the depression?
Well, Bitcoin relies on the internet. Okay.
Okay.
And
so it'll be cheap.
In 1856, there was a solar flare that knocked it's called the Carrington event. Okay.
Yeah.
And it knocked away power grids. It burned people on the telegram. It was, if that solar flare happens again, it will kill the internet for 3 months.
Wow.
Now, it's not a question of if it will happen, it's a question of when will it happen. Now, if when it does happen, all cryptocurrencies which rely on computers and internet will become null and void for 3 months.
Okay, just null and void.
Null and void for 3 months, which that will be a serious thing. But for now, crypto is on the, I have it here. It's it's on a 4-year cycle. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's been 4-year low to low, 4-year low to low. The next 4-year low is in late 2022.
Okay.
And the 4-year high was in late 2021, which it actually was the all-time
So we have
high.
another 3 years down.
No, another year. Next
Another
4-year
year.
low is in late 2022.
Okay.
At the end of this year. But mind you, it can drop a lot in 1 year. Okay, it has dropped like 80% in many times. Okay.
What if it's not a solar flare, Francis, and it's a hack out of Putin? I mean, I heard stories that those transatlantic cables, that before he invaded, that he made a few cuts in them with a submarine, and he could disable that. That would take the internet down. It wouldn't have to be a flare, unless you're expecting a flare. Maybe you could use that as a cover story.
Well, the flare will happen one of these days. Now, here's the chart what I wanted you to show you.
Okay.
Now, here's the next. This chart has 7-year highs. Okay. Now, the 7-year high is well known by Jonathan Kahn because he called it the Shemitah cycle. Okay.
Right. Shemitah.
But it's all about prime numbers. The only numbers that matter in the universe are prime numbers. All the other numbers or cycles are multiple of prime numbers.
What's a number 3?
The prime numbers are 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, and so on and so on.
Because I see a lot of 3-drive formations. I trade them.
Yes.
Okay. That was J.R. Hill. I learned that from.
I like people. Often you will have moves of 3.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the most common move is 3. 3 and 5 are the most common moves.
Right. That's Elliott.
So that's where Elliott wave gets its theory. But they're not the only ones.
Right.
7 and 9 are also happens. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you look here, you can see it all the thing. It's 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, completely.
And then top. So now we're heading down into the next 4-year low is 2023 to 2024. And the next 4-year high is 2028. There's going to be a huge rally starting in 2024, going into a 2028 high. So there's going to be a 4-year bull market following this bear market that's going to end in 2024.
So is a depression like a 1-year, 2-year depression if we're going to make new highs in 2028?
We're not going to make
compressed in time too?
It's going to be a lower high.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So we're going to drop. We're going to have a really good bull market for 4 years. That's not going to make a new high. And then you will get the huge drop, which will take us into depression.
Okay. Just a quick comment on gold and kind of like your plan for the next year or so into the lows that you see coming in the markets, and what's going to happen, as far as a depression. Are people going to have to be flexible, or can they just sit on precious metals and have their food for
precious metals gold is where to be. Okay.
Okay.
For a couple of reasons. Let me see. I'll show you. Here's Bitcoin breaking support. So it's not good. Okay. Let me see.
So how many times did I have to invite you until you relented and decided to come on?
Well, just once. You asked me twice.
Oh, okay. I'll see how persistent. I'm not afraid of no.
Okay. Well, no, I didn't say no. I just said the timing was off.
All right. Okay.
But the gold is, the thing is that you have this huge cup and handle, which is a well-known formation.
Yeah.
Now the breakout is above 1920.
Yeah.
We did attempt to break out a couple times. Okay.
Yeah.
Not quite. Okay.
Yeah.
But normally when rates rise, gold drops, okay?
Right.
But not always.
Not this
When
time.
rates rose into 2028, 2026, gold rallied like hell into 2026. And lately, rates have risen an awful lot, and gold is holding still, which is a sign that it will. It's a sign of strength. It's hidden strength.
Yes.
That's where I want to be in gold.
Okay.
Now, we're talking about oil. You were talking about oil recently. Here. Now, oil is another Elliott wave classic case, okay? Where you have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and wave 3 was an extended wave with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay?
Yeah.
And now you have this huge bullish flag, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows this is a bullish flag, and we broke out of it. Until oil goes back down below 80, this is a monthly chart, okay? So until oil would need to break a monthly low below 80 to invalidate this thing. Otherwise, let me tell you, oil is heading for $150, $200 a barrel.
Okay. That's
okay.
Yep. See that possibility.
That's that possibility.
And the dollar, could we wrap it with that?
The dollar is another that I'm watching very carefully, because the dollar has been acting. The dollar has been on its 17-year cycle. Here's another prime. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if you notice in 1987 or 1985, or actually, let me just so I can get the exact dates here. Is 1985. You could see it went to 164. It was huge.
Yes.
Then 17 years later, in 2001, it went to 116. And now it's heading up again, and it's past. It's really doing a triple top near the 17-year cycle.
Okay.
And we're in that window. Lower. It's much lower than thing. The thing is that as the bear market started in the 2000, people flocked to the U.S. market because the U.S. market always does better than the other markets.
Best
which
clean,
causes
dirty
the
shirt,
US,
and yeah.
It's a safety flight. That's why the dollar is so strong.
Okay.
But the minute the U.S. market starts to tank, people will pull their money out of the U.S. market, and you will get the dollar coming down. Okay.
Okay.
And then my guess is this triple top here, I would definitely not be bullish anything. I mean, the dollar is making its high, and it's 103.82, 103.96, and now it's grinding. 105.
Yeah, I have it back under 102.30. It would negate this recent little breakout it's had.
That's right. And
you know what, Francis?
It was very oversold here, less oversold here, and even less oversold here. So it's due to the head down.
Okay. Really great interview. It's so much insight.
One last chart.
Oh, okay, sure.
Because let's talk short term, okay?
Okay.
Because I said I've been watching. No, hold on a second. Okay, the moon rules emotions. Now, in a strong bull market, moons are not that good, because the emotions are already happy and so on and so on. But when people get scared, like now,
like the eclipse we had,
you could see that every single moon marks a high or a low. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'd been forecasted that this was going to be a low. Okay. For the eclipse of
sun
that we just had this weekend. Okay.
Right. Oh,
now we're heading up into the May 30th, the end of May, 27th of May.
That's my birthday, the new moon.
Okay, and we're gonna go at least a 4,300 and possibly higher.
Okay.
Okay, and it's not going to stop on May 27th because the first 3 days of every month is usually bullish.
Yeah.
So my guess is it will keep going high up until June 3rd. So that's my guess. You will see the SPX
bear market rally into June 3rd.
Into the end of late May, early June.
Okay. So I hope you enjoyed sharing your insightful work. I know you put years into it, and I'm getting all kinds of comments. Bring Francis back again, first and only interview to rule them all. Okay, so the viewers liked you. If they want to follow your work, where's the best place for them to? Twitter. Okay, and that's at astro_cycle.
It's it's astrocycle_net.
Okay, astrocycle_net. Okay,
no dot.
Okay.
My Twitter handle is here. Astrocycle_net.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, astrocycle_net. Okay. Oh, just
There's
net.
There's no dot.
Oh, dot.
Because they don't allow dots in Twitter handles.
Okay.
I replace a dot with an underscore.
You're now my trading warrior brother, and we're both veterans. So we've seen a few battles, haven't we, Francis?
Oh, I've been at this for 22 years, getting quite good at it now.
Okay. And I want to thank your giving spirit for sharing it with us today on the first interview you've granted. And I'm glad you chose to do it with me. It's an honor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a great day.
All right, everyone. Francis, let me see if I got your last name right or I butcher it. Bouger?
No, Bussiere.
Buisson. Okay.
Bussiere.
All right.
Like bus, like Bussiere.
All right. And where can I buy a hat like that?
The hat?
Yeah.
I bought it in Chinatown.
All right, buddy. Great talking with you.
I live right next to Chinatown. My girlfriend is Asian, and I love the Chinese. It's nice people.
Yeah, it looks like you're on your way to the track or the casino or somewhere. But yeah, anyway, an understanding of the cosmos and how it relates to markets appreciated, Francis. Great interview.
Yeah, we could talk about some more of that stuff. There's a lot more than we haven't even covered.
We'll do it again.
All right.
All right. So that's a wrap, everyone. Everyone enjoyed Francis, and you could join the team in 4 minutes for the morning edge. Good hunting on Turnaround Tuesday. And Francis laid out a very interesting roadmap. And when it lines up with your work, do it. And I'll see everyone tomorrow. Remember, don't just count your pips or your planets or your cycles or your sunspots. Count your blessings and have a great trading day. Thanks again, Francis.
Okay, bye.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.